Dolph Ziggler makes a point each and every night to steal the show. The show-off takes pride in showing that he's athletically superior, and that while he's stealing the show inside the squared circle, he's stealing the hearts of the female fans in the audience.
And there are few things more unforgiving than the cold steel of a cage match.
Ziggler is here to show the world just how good he is, and he's ready to steal the show.
Yeah, well, it's that attitude that gives him the moniker of the show-off, but you've got to respect the guy who isn't afraid to lay it all on the line and bet on himself.
Oh!
Hooked up.
Oh, what impact.
What a stomp.
Good grief.
Beautiful technique.
The challenger's starting to slow down a bit here. He's going to have to cut off his opponent's offense quickly.
By the looks of things, I don't think he expected his opponent to be as motivated as he clearly is here tonight.
According to historians, the twisted metal that we see as part of steel cages today dates back 80 years. To settle a dispute between competitors Jack Bloomfield and Count Pietro Rossi, the two met inside a ring surrounded by chicken wire. At first, these types of matches were referred to as fence matches.
Corey, you gave us an impressive history of the origins of the steel cage match. I'd like to point out to our viewers that from the 1960s through the mid-1980s, chain link fences were used to enclose the ring for WWE steel cage matches. A superstar could win by pinfall, submission, or by exiting the cage through the cage door, or climbing over the top of the cage.
We should also point out, Michael, that the way to win a steel cage match can vary by match depending on what was agreed to before contracts to compete in the match were signed. Talking about history, at WrestleMania 2, WWE unveiled the redesigned steel cage with solid steel blue bars before returning to chain link mesh in the late 1990s.
Big slam.
Harsh impact. Oh my gosh.
Kofi Kingston is in position. He's fighting back here.
I expected nothing less, Cole.
When this guy's on, look out.
Look at Dolph Ziggler.
There it is, the zigzag. Now that's what I quick cover from Dolph Ziggler. Oh boy.
You're not going to win any matches that easily.
Too soon. What a stomp.
Good grief. The steel cage is a massive enclosure that stands 15 feet in height. For almost 35 years, a select group of high flyers have taken their aerial assaults to greater heights. And when I say that, I mean superstars climb to the top of the steel cage, the real high-rent district, and dive off onto their opponent. And that all started with one man in October of 1983, Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
To your point earlier, Byron, we've definitely seen some unbelievable attacks be launched from the top of the steel cage. And you mentioned the most iconic, the steel cage match for the Intercontinental Championship that saw Jimmy Superfly Snuka clash against bitter rival, the magnificent Morocco.
There's no denying that Superfly set the bar. You look over the years to people like Jeff and Matt Hardy, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, and Chris Jericho. They continued to push the envelope and executed unbelievable attacks from the top of the cage. And watch Rikishi take flight off the top of the steel cage. Wow.
Ooh, what impact.
We talk about how important stipulations are in a steel cage match. If superstars sign a contract where the only way to win is escape the cage and have both your feet touch the floor, the competitors must have a plan. Especially since you have to be comfortable trying to escape through the cage door as you do climbing over the top of the cage and vice versa.
Corey, you touched on something moments ago that's so important for the combatants in a steel cage match to remember. A superstar must be able to think offensively to figure out how they're going to escape the cage. They must think defensively at the same time so they can prevent their opponent from getting out of the cage first and winning the match.
Well, a superstar must become comfortable with escaping the cage by both exiting the cage door and by climbing over the top of the cage. They must also be aware of their attributes and what's best for them. Let's just say if you're a giant like The Big Show, The Undertaker, Kane, or even Braun Strowman, it's preferred to exit through the cage door. The WWE Universe knows when that bell rings, Dolph Ziggler's looking to steal the show. The show-off takes pride in taking down any superstar who steps in front of him and making it look easy. I don't remember the last time the champion was up against as stiff a challenge as this one.
Dolph Ziggler's talent is...
This will go down as one of his hardest fought battles in WWE.
I can't believe what we just witnessed. Steel cage matches never fail to surprise and amaze.
Here is your winner and the new WWE Champion, Dolph Ziggler.
And there's your winner, ladies and gentlemen.
Great effort from both these guys, Michael. I'm willing to bet this isn't the last time we see them square off.
With that win in the books, we must now move on.